Hey guys, my name is Adam. I'm going to talk to you today about the Gravely ProTurn Z60. It's a new mower. I just bought it yesterday. I've had a chance to play around with it a little bit, and I wanted to give you my preliminary thoughts on it. So I'm going to turn the phone around so you can see what's going on with it. All right, so this is the machine. The seat is off right now because it's one of the things I want to talk to you about. Overall, this machine seems to be really tough and really sturdy. This is a 10 gauge welded deck. Very strong, very sturdy. It doesn't wiggle around a lot. The clanging you hear is actually this chute over here. It's really cool because you can put it in this up position. A lot of guys like to leave that up when they mow, and they have to bungee cord it. They'll drill a hole in this chute and bungee cord it to something over here. It allows you, they've put a feature in where you can just keep it up if you want. So, if you want it down, you just lift it up, slide it down, actuate that arm there. This chute is a rubberized chute. It's really thick and really sturdy, and what's cool about it is if you scrape it up against something, you're not going to break it. It's not plastic. So, yes, my garage is a mess. I'm sorry. I don't know why I'm apologizing, but yeah, it's time for some spring cleaning. Even the razor is a mess. So, anyway, back to the ProTurn Z60. I'll go ahead and get to the seat right now. I've taken the seat off because there's an issue with it sliding forward. So when I first got it, it wouldn't budge at all. I couldn't. There's a lever right here. You actuate this lever, and as you can see, you can lock it in all these different positions. And it's got a wide range. I mean, it's pretty long. It's 5-6 inches. You can move it, in theory. So I got it to move finally just a little bit, and then I got to looking at it, and it won't move very far. It only moves about 4 of these adjustments. And here's the issue, because in theory that's great, but here's the issue. These carriage bolts, which lock into the base of this seat, will when slid forward, it bottoms out on this frame right here, this metal bar in the back. It bottoms out on that and will not slide back any further, which is a real bummer because I'd planned on my wife using this machine as well, and it's going to be really difficult for her because if you don't have something strong to push your back up against, pushing this this lever right here, which lowers and raises your deck, can be really tricky. It's a heavy-duty deck. It's heavy. It's hard to push if you're not very strong. I don't have an issue with it, but I can see how some people would if they don't have a good sturdy base. She's like trying to push this with her tippy toe from way back in the seat, and it's just not working out. I do like this system for me. This pin system, you can just pull this pin, put it on whatever setting you want. I don't know if I can do this standing up, but you push that down. You raise this with your finger, and you lower it down. Well, I've already done it. And that stops at whatever size, height you want it. You push it all the way up, and it locks into place on the highest setting. So, that's difficult to do for somebody who's small, and especially if they haven't got a good sturdy seat to put their back up against. So, the hydraulic arms here, they do have an adjustment, and I believe it's that screw right there. They weren't exactly lined up, so it did track a little bit to the right. I'm going to have to adjust that. Not a big deal, but for somebody who doesn't know what they're doing, that could be a pain in the butt, because when you've got both arms all the way forward, you're not going straight. Maybe other machines will come a little better synced up. I don't know, but this particular one, it did not. So I'm going to have to adjust that. It does have a 5-gallon fuel tank, which is great. That's a good sized tank, for me anyway. And it also in the manual said, do not run any gas under 90% octane. And this says max 10% ethanol, so you can use ethanol. I don't like to use ethanol. I just get gas without it. I run 91 octane through it. The motor here is a Gravely 26.5 horsepower V-twin 764cc motor. They've had very few issues with these. These are good, strong motors from what I've heard about from the reps and a personal friend of mine who is a Gravely dealer. And as they have, the Gravely's come out with Kohlers, Kawasaki's, Briggs & Stratton's, and now the Gravely's, they have them all, so you can kind of choose whichever motor you like. The rep told them that the rep told, I'm friends with the dealer, that they've had very few problems with these as compared to the others. This one does come standard with roll protection system. I've taken the pins out and moved it. It's really easy, but it offers some extra security if you are on hills. The seat does have a seat belt, and it's a good sturdy seat belt. Seems to be anyway. So I wouldn't have any issue with going on any hills, and it seems to be really low center of gravity, obviously, anyway. Better get that out of there before I forget it. Instrument panel is really basic, very simple. You got your throttle up and down, blade end gauge. It does have an hour meter right here. I've had this for 1.1 hours. Choke, obviously. Raise that up to start it. So pretty basic there, honestly. Nothing too fancy. This is one thing that I don't like about it, is this storage compartment. It is tiny. It's about a ½ inch deep. I mean, it's pathetic. I don't know what you would keep in there. It doesn't even, a short socket sticks over the top of it. And it's small. I can't, anything you would put in there and then go mow would just instantly fall out. I mean, it's pretty much pointless. I don't know what that's for. The cup holder is a good sized cup holder. I put a to-go coffee cup in there, and it seemed to work well. The tires are pretty cool. They're big. They're 22-inch tires. We've got 13-inch tires in the front, or 13 and a half. I can't remember. And let's see, what else can I say about this? All the bolts and everything are standard sizes. I'm sorry, the nuts and bolts, I use my standard sockets, not metric. Here's the access to all the belts and things. Seems to be fairly straightforward, pretty easy to get to. As far as the grease zerks, I haven't seen any yet. And I wish they would have been, like sticking out somewhere up here or something. But maybe it's under this cap. I don't know. I'm going to have to dig into that some more. Does have these scalping wheels on the deck. They seem to be pretty good, I suppose. Well, time will tell how they wear, and if they get tore up whenever they hit things. I don't know. So that is my preliminary thoughts on the Gravely mower. Oh, also, the hydraulic fluid reservoirs. There's two of them back here. When I bought this machine new. Well, it's a little warm now. It actually shows some. Both of these were bone dry. And when it's cold, it should have very little in these reservoirs, but they were both almost bone dry. So that was an issue I had to take care of. I did turn it on and go mow out in the field a little bit, some pretty tall grass, and it cut like a dream. I mean, the blades are brand new, nothing, you know. So it did work well. That's what I can say about it for sure right now. I haven't done a full mow, but I'll let you know how that goes this spring. So other than the seat issue sliding forward, overall I think this is a pretty good mower. So, all right. Thanks for watching. If you liked the video, give me a thumbs up and subscribe, and we'll talk to you later. Bye.